saying, we are moving now into the final session, 2 days full of really interesting training sessions and webinar. And now we are heading into a practical workshop on digital tools for trade, investment, and procurement opportunities. So in this session, we will explore how international companies can access government procurement opportunities in Argentina and the rest of the region through IDB finance projects using our new AI-powered app that simplifies and personalizes the search for tenders, but also other digital tools like Connect Americas to be in contact and be aware of also trade opportunities. So leading this workshop will be Francisco Estrázulas de Souza, who is Trade and Investment Lead Specialist at the Inter-American Development Bank. So Francisco, thank you so much for joining us and navigate this platform with us, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Luciano, and hello, everyone. It's a great pleasure being here. It's a very exciting time for business in Argentina. As I'm sure you've heard in the presentations yesterday, there's a lot going on in the country, making it a more friendly environment for business, for international trade, for investment. So we are really excited about what's going on here in the country. As Luciano said, I am the trade and investment specialist for the IDB here in Argentina, and we have supported a lot of the reforms that have been carried out here in the country, like the easing the access to foreign exchange, which was a key reform for businesses operating in Argentina, because they're able to import and access dollars very easily, or much easier than before. We've also supported the removal and the reform of many of the technical requirements for imports, so the trade has liberalized a lot here. Also, there's been reductions in tariffs. So there's a lot of opportunities that are arising here in the country, and I hope that the tools that I'm going to introduce to you now will be useful and will help you connect with business partners and with business opportunities here in the country. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and please confirm to me that you're seeing my presentation. Full screen this, and I'm going to be jumping around. Okay. Can you see my presentation now?
Yeah, it's in presentation mode. Perfect.
Perfect. So I'm going to be jumping around from the presentation to websites to show you some of these tools and how they work. So please bear with me as I do these changes. So the Bid for the Americas programs has 3 pillars, one of which is the trade pillar. And our keystone platform here is Connect Americas. Many of you may know it. It's an online business platform designed to help companies find clients abroad and strengthen their skills related to foreign trade and business management, and also provide access to finance throughout the region. We launched it in 2014, and we have disseminated broadly this platform in Latin America and the Caribbean and in the rest of the world through a network of around 350 local partners, which are trade promotion organizations, embassies, chambers of commerce, trade associations, and other such organizations. These organizations disseminate our platform and also disseminate through our platform the events that they organize, the contents that they produce, the services that they offer, etc. So Connect Americas currently has 750,000 registered users, 260,000 companies. It has had 14 million unique visitors. There's people from 180 countries. We also work with around 40 knowledge partners, which include, again, universities, independent consultants, companies that have contents that may be relevant for businesses that are looking to internationalize or to invest abroad or to become suppliers of foreign companies that set up operations in their countries. One of the big areas of focus of Connect Americas, as I said, is the learning part. We have the Connect Americas Academy, as we call it, which currently hosts 20 massive online open courses. So these are free courses that you can take. They're self-paced. They're organized around modules, and after you consume the content of a module, you pass a test, and if you get more than 80%, you can move into the next module or phase of the course. They're being quite successful. There's 90,000 people that have enrolled in these courses. They have received about 5 million unique visits. So we strongly encourage you to access these resources. There's, again, courses on international trade, on how to apply AI to your business, on logistics, finance, on how to manage a family-owned business. There's really a broad range of topics available there that we invite you to consume. And again, everything that I'm going to present today is completely free of charge. So please take advantage of these resources we make available. We also have virtual training programs like the one that you're attending right now. We've had some on AI, on how to do business from Latin America to Europe or to the US. There's some courses or contents that are specifically designed for women-owned businesses. So there are several of these live training sessions that we organize, and all of those live training sessions are recorded and remain available in Connect Americas throughout. We also organize face-to-face, right, offline business events. We have an event focusing on the food and beverages sector called LAC Flavors. We have an event called Outsource to LAC that focuses on digital services sectors. And we also organize every year an event in an Asian country that is member of IDB, be Korea or Japan. And so we encourage you to register in Connect Americas, to create a company profile, because that's the way in which you can receive invitations to participate in these events. The IDB provides funding to help cover the costs of attending these events. So we strongly encourage you to register on our platforms and be eligible to attend these business events. So before I move into procurement, I'm going to share with you the first platform that is called Connect Americas. Luciano, can you please confirm that you're seeing my screen as I switch tabs?
Yeah, we are seeing Connect Americas.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So this is the registered user dashboard. As you see here, there's a photo and my name. And in general terms, the structure of the website is around these horizontal sliders. Each of these sliders has a different type of content. So the first slider you find are, highlighted news. Here we are promoting the event that you guys are attending right now, but other, new features or events or contents or things that we think, may be relevant to our users. And so we highlight them in this first section of the registered user dashboard. Then we have purchasing announcements. These are private companies that are looking for suppliers in our database. They publish, what they're looking for and what their requirements are. Let me just show you an example. So here there's a company from Chile that is looking to source testliner and corrugated paper. And here they give us, the information that they're looking to receive from the suppliers and kind of the characteristics of the goods that they're looking to source. And if I have a company that supplies, that matches these requirements, I can click on this apply button and I fill out an application form where I provide more information about my company, about my product. And that's one of the key features that our users use to get in touch with potential clients. So that's what we call the private companies purchasing announcements in Connect Americas. And again, it's one of the most used features in this platform. And we invite you not only to apply to purchasing announcements, but also to publish purchasing announcements if you're looking for suppliers throughout the world. Then we have information on public tenders. This is basically government procurement that is funded by the IDB. And because of the fact that it's funded by the IDB, these procurement opportunities are open to companies from any IDB member country. So we invite you to explore this. And I'm about to present to you the Bid for the Americas app, where we have very detailed information of all the active procurement opportunities that the IDB is funding throughout the region. Then we have this slider that shows us the latest companies that have registered in Connect Americas and that have been verified by Connect Americas. This is why these companies have this green check mark. And then the companies that are women-owned or women-managed have this violet check mark. So they self-declare that they are women-owned or women-managed businesses. So let me show you just an example of what a company profile looks like. There's this Argentine company. So here we see a general company description, the list of goods or services that they offer, the countries where they have commercial presence, their main clients, the certifications they have. They can also upload additional information that this particular example hasn't uploaded, but they can also attach brochures and other information about the company. So here we see, again, that it's a verified company, that is a women-owned or women-managed company. And we see their public contact information, a link to their website. And then we see here a list of people that work for the company and that are registered in Connect Americas. In this case, it's just one person, which is the president of the company. And if I want to send a private message, be to, learn more about the company or to offer a good or offer a service, I click on this envelope that appears next to the name, and this opens an internal messaging system on the platform. So again, this, the company database is another very used feature of Connect Americas. If I click here on See More, it takes me to a search engine for companies where I can apply filters by sector. Let's say I'm looking for a food and beverages company. Let's say that I'm looking for a company in Argentina. There are 766 companies from that sector. And again, I can click on the company profile and find out more information about, again, the company, what they sell. In this case, the company has uploaded some brochures, and I can get in touch directly either through the internal messaging system or by contacting them by phone or through their public email contact information that they have uploaded to the profile. So very useful tool. There are thousands of companies from Argentina there. I strongly encourage you to use that search engine to find partners in the country. Then we have information about business support services. Again, this is what our local partners do. Services, events, content, so here in Argentina, you'll find information from the trade promotion agency for Argentina called the Agencia Argentina de Inversiones y Comercio Exterior, as well as the National Chamber of Commerce and Services, and many other business organizations based in Argentina that can provide valuable services to you as you explore opportunities in the country. Then we have business communities. So we have some that are sector specific and some that are region specific. For example, there's a US, Latin America, and the Caribbean community, and Arabian Gulf and Latin America and the Caribbean. And we have some sector specific. For instance, this food and beverages community, which has 1,284 members. And basically in the communities, people can upload buying offers, selling offers, or opinion pieces, right? And this is what it looks like. It's basically a public fora where people upload these three types of contents, right? So we see a company with a selling offer, with a buying offer, we see some opinion pieces, and I can interact with these postings. I can either put a like or put a public response, or I can click on the name of the company and again, visit the company profile and send a private message to the people who work in the company. Again, this is a large community, about 1,200 participants, so there's lots of postings and of interesting information. Here, the people who are members of the company, they receive emails, stating that there are new postings or new things that may be of interest in the community. Then we have a section with information about business events occurring in Latin America and the world. This includes the events that we organize as well as other high-quality events occurring around the world. So here, someone clicks on an event profile, you see very brief information describing what the event is about, and they can click here in this button that redirects them to the landing page of the actual event where they can obtain more information, register, purchase a ticket, etc. And well, finally, we have a banks section. There's about 3 commercial banks from the region that have profiles in Connect Americas and that receive applications from our users through the platforms. So I'm from Uruguay, the platform knows it, so it's showing me these 5 banks from Uruguay that are registered in Connect Americas. And if I click in a bank profile, I see information about the financial products and services that they offer. And if I want to apply, I click here on this form, and it opens an application form that is then sent to the bank. And then finally, we have all the learning content. So at the end, at the bottom of the dashboard, you have the latest contents that have been published. Here we have, basically the presentations that you guys have seen yesterday, as well as, other contents that we have created. And then up here through this menu, we can access, several sections of Connect Americas. There's a section that is exclusively dedicated for women. You can access the Connect Americas Academy, which, as I said, has these 20 massive online open courses, as well as the recordings of all the webinars that we have organized in the past. So this is connectamericas.com. Again, completely free platform. And again, there's thousands of companies from Argentina. There's a lot of information about the business support services provided by business organizations here in the country. So we strongly encourage you to use this tool, as it will, help you learn about the country and contact people that could help you do business here. So then going to procurement. So as I said, well, the IDB is a multilateral development bank. So our core business is to provide loans to countries to implement development projects. So we are, funding government procurement for a range of things, going from software purchases to building highways, to building technology centers, to digitalizing government procedures. It's a broad range of government contracts that are funded by the IDB. We are generating over the past few years, $4.5 billion in contracts. This is 12,000 contracts that you guys can access. And as I mentioned before, these are opportunities that are open to companies from any IDB member country. There are 48 countries that are members of the IDB, including 26 borrowing member countries from Latin America and the Caribbean, and 22 non-borrowing member countries, which include the US, Canada, European countries, Asian countries. So there's a high likelihood that your country is included and that you will be able to submit bids for these procurement opportunities directly. We have created also in Connect Americas what we call a bidder center with a bunch of resources on how to increase your likelihood of success when submitting bids to government procurement that is funded by the bank. You'll find articles, you'll find an online course, videos, and access to some of the procurement tools that I'm about to introduce to you. So I'm going to start with a bid for the Americas app. It's an AI-powered tool that basically scans the information in all these public procurements and categorizes these opportunities in a smart way. And this is really quite helpful. And let me just give you an example. Let's say you're a software developer and you're specializing in a certain, coding language. And if you used to go to the government procurement websites or to the UNDB, you will find the category of technology. And procurement documents are very long, so you would have to read a bunch of really long documents to really find out whether they are hiring a company such as yours for the code that you use. So the idea is that this AI will read the tenders and will summarize and categorize very specifically each of the tenders so that you can sift through all these opportunities quickly, identify the ones that are relevant to you in an easy way, and also it will recommend local companies that could be partners or could be suppliers, to create a consortium or a supply chain to submit a bid for the opportunities that the bank generates through governments in Latin America and the Caribbean. So let me show you briefly how this works. So here's the list of tenders. So again, these are active tenders. We see the country, we see a description, we see the categories, we see the subcategories. This is consulting, focusing on water capture, treatment and distribution, and wastewater evacuation. If I click here, I can apply filters to the different procurement opportunity. These filters can be by categories. So again, these are all the categories that we have. They can be by country. These are the 26 borrowing member countries that I just mentioned. You can see by due date. Again, these are actually published right now. So the closing date is coming up. So you may be wanting to look for tenders that are, closing in a few weeks. So you have time to prepare. So this is what Bid for the Americas is like. Let me just click on a tender so you can see more information. So here you see the description of what it is that they're looking for. Here we see local companies that could be relevant as partners for this opportunity. They can be companies from the country or companies from other countries that operate there. And again, I can click to see the company profile and get in touch with the people who work in that company, and you can jointly explore the opportunity. Again, this is some of the work that the AI does. it can tell that this is a procurement for design supervision, the mitigation of floods, micro watershed, flood control, ecological restoration, relief collectors, interceptors. Again, this is all information that will help me determine whether this procurement includes, a need for the goods or services that my company offers. We see the closing date, which is tomorrow, so I'm afraid that this would be too late. But this is the type of information that you can see in Bid for the Americas. And again, here you have a button that redirects you to the actual procurement notice, where you can find the detailed information about the opportunity. In this case, they're in a expressions of interest phase, but here you see, more information and the procurement policies that apply, and you can apply or express your interest in submitting a bid for this opportunity. So this is Bid for the Americas. In addition to finding the recommended companies that appear for each tender, you can search for suppliers. Again, there's several filters that you can apply by category, by country, by the verification badges that they have. But this can be quite useful. Let's say you're looking for a education firm that does business training and community training services and educational infrastructure, and you can apply these filters, and it will show me companies that have that. And then if I want the companies to only be from, let's say, again, Argentina, and maybe you also want from some neighboring country, let's say Uruguay, you select here both countries, you apply the filters, and it's going to narrow down the search and give me companies that do these kinds of things in these two countries. Again, it's a tool for finding procurement opportunities that are active and published right now, and for finding suppliers or partners for these opportunities. This is highly valuable, especially when you're considering entering a country where you've never worked before, where it's critical to have a local partner that kind of understands the local ecosystem. And again, this is a quite useful tool for that. And now we're going to go into what I think is going to be a little more difficult, because I'm going to have to show you this from my phone. But it's basically a mobile app that is designed for the infrastructure sector. And the idea is, what happens is that infrastructure procurement are generally larger contracts that are more complex. And when we spoke to infrastructure developers trying to understand what barriers they face when submitting a bid in a country that they haven't worked in before, they said, well, if I find out about the procurement opportunity when it's published, it's already too late for me, because I only have about 6 weeks to put together a proposal, and I've never worked in that country. I don't know who are some high quality, trustworthy suppliers or partners that I can work with. And in 6 weeks, I don't have enough time to do that due diligence. I would need to hire a local consulting firm that will cost me a lot of money, only to find out who I can work with and what the costs and qualities are, and then to make the decision of whether to submit a bid or not. So it's expensive to just find out information and make the decision of whether to submit a bid or not. So the idea is to help overcome that barrier that these developers face by providing information about future tender opportunities. So this is infrastructure procurement that will be published in the coming years or in the coming months. So you have a good time in advance. And again, these are infrastructure, public works, focusing in energy, in water and sanitation, and in transport. And what we have done is that we have, created a list of the typical infrastructure, public works projects that the bank funds. We engage a team of civil engineers that told us, okay, for each of these types of projects, these are the typical inputs that you need, the typical goods and services that you need for that project. So what we did is then develop an algorithm that crosses the information on the required goods and services and the company profiles that we have in Connect Americas, where we have the list of goods and services they offer and the countries where they operate. And for each procurement opportunity, we recommend or we show you the information about companies that may be relevant partners or suppliers for each of those projects. So what I'm going to do now, and hoping that luck is on my side, I'm going to stop sharing from my computer, and I'm going to start sharing from my phone. And hopefully I will be able to show you this mobile app. Sorry. I don't know how that's, here it is. Okay. Please let me know if you can see my my phone.
Yeah, it's loading. Yeah, right now we can see it.
Okay, great. So let me go here to build the Americas. Yeah, you can see my phone here. So here are the future procurement opportunities. As you can see, the dates are future dates. There's June 27th, August 1st, 2025. And we have these little cards with very basic information about these future procurement opportunities, right? So you see an opportunity in Ecuador here for the expansion of a drinking water treatment plant. We have the rehabilitation of a road. Again, we have a bunch of opportunities here. And what's interesting is that, so here, for example, you have an opportunity in Argentina, right? Which is the construction of a highway between Mar de Ajó and Pinamar. It's going to get published on June 18th, 2025. It's a large project, $88 million. And for these cards, you can swipe them right or left. And if I swipe them to the left, I can either share this, and there it opens. I can share it through WhatsApp, through email, through different apps that I have on my phone, or I can save this opportunity and then receive notifications. If there's a change in the expected publication date, or a change in the amount, or a change in the scope, I will receive emails telling me, hey, there's been a change in this procurement opportunity that you were interested in. And if I swipe to the right, I see suppliers. I click on suppliers, and it shows me for this tender a bunch of companies that offer goods and services that are related to the specifics of that procurement. So, for example, here there's a Simon International SRL, which is a construction company. I see here a link to their website. I see the people from the company that are registered in Connect Americas. I see that it's a company that's been verified by Connect Americas. If I click here on the top right on products and services, I see which are the products and services that this company offers that are related to that specific procurement opportunity. And here we see that there's quite a lot. And if I am interested, let's say again, I'm a foreign company, I've never done business in Argentina. I found this highway project to be interesting to me, and this company could be an interesting partner. So I click on the message that appears right next to the name of this person, Hugh Simon, and I can send them a message. Hey, I'm Francisco from such and such business. I found this procurement opportunity funded by the IDB in Argentina. I'm interested in exploring collaboration. And this is the tool or the way in which companies get in touch through the Build the Americas app. So I'm going to stop sharing this. This is, again, it's very sector specific. It's for companies in the infrastructure sector. But again, it's a free tool that will provide information about future procurement opportunities in the infrastructure sector, as well as the possibility to connect with local companies that could partner with you in that endeavor. So now I'm going to start sharing my screen again, but basically only to say thank you. So yeah, so these are the tools that I wanted to present to you. Again, they're completely free. They were developed, with you guys as a user, with you people in mind. So you're welcome to join, to take advantage of them, and to please get in touch with us. If you have any comments, any ideas on how to make them more useful for you, how to improve the quality of the information that we have, We're always looking to, to adjust whatever it is that we launch to the needs and to the perspectives of our users. So we welcome your comments and ideas. And Luciano, if you agree, we can now open it to questions and comments and hopefully engage in some discussion. So yeah, thanks everyone.
And there are some really interesting comments. A lot of people saying that these tools are really good. Actually, Fabiana Cardinale, when you were showing Connect America, saying that this is spectacular. But here we have a question from Lida Trujillo. When you were showing the last app, Build the Americas app, how can we download and access this platform? If you can repeat that.
So it's a mobile app. It's available both in iOS and in Android. So you can go to the App Store in your iPhone, search for Build the Americas, and you can download it. Again, it's completely free, and it won't take too much space on your phone.
And related to the Bid for the Americas app, the previous one that you show, have international companies successfully won public contracts applying through the app to these contracts that you can mention?
So yes, one thing that is important to communicate is that you don't apply to the procurement opportunity through the platform. Here we disseminate information about the procurement opportunity, and we redirect the user to the government website where the procurement opportunity is actually available. This is the objective here is to generate relevant information and to redirect you to the right place where you can access, the legal documents about the opportunity, and then you can apply, and all of that will take place in that in that platform that belongs to the government. So that being said, we know that there are successful cases, but we don't have the exact tracking of the exact number of companies, because again, that transaction takes place outside of our platform. And it's even though some companies may inform us that, hey, thank you for the information, I was able to win this contract, we don't have perfect traceability of successful deals.
That's good. And just one last question that we have here is, how can I be part of this list that you were showing about recommended providers in the apps?
Yes, if you register in Connect Americas, you create a company profile, you really fill all the information, especially the information about the goods and services that you offer. That's the key, and also, the countries where you operate. That's the key piece of information that the algorithm takes in order to recommend you in the context of each procurement opportunity. So yes, connectamericas.com, join. There you create your company profile, provide as much information as you can, and that will make sure that you're recommended in the procurement opportunities that are relevant to your company. And as I said also, we will be inviting you to any face-to-face business events that we organize that may be relevant to your company and to your sector.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Francisco. And for those who were asking for the links to get to these apps, I just dropped them in the chat. And for the app that the Build the Americas, that it's only a mobile app, we will send in the follow-up email in a couple of hours all the links so you can download directly the app from your app store. Thank you, Francisco.
Thanks, everyone. Best of luck in the rest of the event.
And just before we wrap up for today, and we wrap up actually the training sessions, I would like to share that all these sessions are being recorded, and from both yesterday and today, they will be available through the link that you can get by scanning the QR code. So you will go to the Connect Americas Academy. There you will have actually all the recording from yesterday are already uploaded there, so you can start watching those recordings, and today's sessions will be uploaded by the end of the day. And also all participants who attended either live or watched the recordings of yesterday's and today's sessions are also eligible to request a certificate of participation. And the instruction on how to request this certificate is also there in this landing page that you are redirected to if you scan the QR code. We will also, if you don't have your mobile phone at hand, again, we will send all this information on that follow-up email that we will send to you all later today. And now, before the very end of this event, a final reminder: the matchmaking platform is open. So if you register for this business matchmaking sessions, you can start already scheduling your one-on-one meetings with high quality Argentinian or global companies. And also with some embassies are already registered there, some other government representatives, and so on. So this is a unique opportunity to connect with potential clients, suppliers, or strategic partners, and to untap real business and investment opportunities in Argentina. So we strongly encourage you to take full advantage of this platform. Schedule your meetings now and don't miss out. These meetings will take place on May 20th and 21st. They are free, they are 100% online, so don't miss out. And yeah, this brings us to the end of our sessions and the end of our event. I would like to thank you all for joining us during these 2 really busy days that we have. And thank you also for your active participation throughout the day. I hope that the insights that were shared here were valuable to you and that can help you better understand the opportunities that Argentina has to offer. So I really look forward to seeing you during the matchmaking. Thank you so much again, and have a good rest of the day. Bye.